All right, students, I want to take some time to talk about physical and chemical properties and physical versus chemical changes. Now, physical property is one that we can observe without changing the substance. This would include things like the density, the odor, the boiling point, melting point. BP and MP are great ways to shorten those. Chemical properties are ones that we can only identify by changing the substance. So that includes the flammability, pH, if it can rust, and those are just some examples. Now, a physical change does not change the identity of the substance. So an example would be cutting paper in half, snapping a stick in half, uh, boiling water, melting ice, freezing water. Those are all physical changes that can happen without changing the identity of the substance. So melted water is still water, frozen water is still water, and gaseous water is still water. Now, in the chemical change, the substance does change. And the properties of the substance changes as well. So, for example, if you burn wood, you get ash, and that ash can never go back to being wood. You cannot unburn the wood. You can't turn it from ash to wood. It doesn't happen that way. That's an example of a chemical change. Now, how do you know that a chemical change is taking place? Also known as a chemical reaction. So, one big one is it produces gas. And no, not that kind. Another one is that it makes it precipitate. Now, precipitate is when you mix two liquids and you mix them together, you stir them up, And after a little bit of time, a solid forms from the combination of two liquids. That is a precipitate. Another example, another sign is color change. Example of that is if you mix Coca-Cola and bleach, the bleach will turn yellow and then clear as it reacts with the bleach. And then any kind of release of energy or change in energy. So temperature change. A lot of times, the most common ones we think of produce heat. The copper chloride and water and aluminum that we mix together, if you did it on a dry enough environment, then it would produce much more heat. The bleach and coke example I shared before produces heat after a little bit of time. And when you are doing sports, like throwing that baseball for a touchdown or kicking the goal for the boxing game or whatever you guys do, and then you get hurt, you get an ice pack, you snap it, there's a chemical reaction happening inside that actually absorbs heat. That's why it feels cold on the ice pack. Let's change the temperature. Another one is light. Now, the first one that comes to mind, because we've just done it, is when we lit magnesium on fire. Burning something is a chemical change because magnesium changed to something else. I believe magnesium is burning, probably be magnesium oxide, but I'd have to double check because I'm not sure. But a lot of light was released. That was the energy being released from magnesium. And yeah, that should help you with pages 11 and 16 in your Unit 2 lab books. And that's all I have. Any questions? Anybody? No? Okay, great. Cool. Bye.